Hi everybody, this video is for Tuesday, May 3rd. We've got quite a lot of kids who may be gone during third period today because you've got choir and you have band practice. We may have some students who are absent today, so this video is kind of encompassing everything. Let me just very quickly go over your objective today. So we're going back into matter and energy and ecosystems. We're going to be in 1.2. We're doing activities 1, 2, and 3. Okay. You will have a homework activity. It's not very long. I don't think it'll take you very long. Hopefully you can get it done in class. But like I said, a little crazy schedule today. So making sure that you know what your homework assignment is. Let me go to the bell ringer really quick because this is something I want to make sure if you are in school today and you have to leave to go to choir or band, make sure that you give me your pink sheets from the Socratic seminar yesterday and your scientific arguments. You had a homework assignment from Monday, and that was to do all 19 vocabulary words. So you're either making a flashcard or you made a Quizlet. Make sure you showed me that. And then I've got some PDFs in Schoology from today's folder. And so go ahead and put that in matter and energy and ecosystems. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and log on to Amplify Matter and Energy and Ecosystems. It's 1.2. Lots to get ready for today. Hang on to your hats, people. Here we go. All right, so I'm just going to review what we did very quickly. Let me go back. Sorry, I got to go back to the very top here. This is what we did. If you left for choir but you came back, just watch what you missed. If you were here and then you left to go to band, watch what you missed. And if you were gone all day, watch the whole thing. Okay? All right, so we've got this warm up. We watched a video, and you guys can see this video when you log into Amplify. Look under digital resources. Now this looks different. Mine looks different than yours. But when you log on to 1.2, just scroll down just a little bit before you go into any of these activities. And on this page right here, you're going to see in big letters, digital resources. And then you'll see this video, living in a biosphere. And so if you missed that video, watch it because it explains everything that we did, or everything that we're doing, what our whole purpose for this mission is. So we talked about that. We talked just real quick, what are some things that you found interesting about it? And then we're learning about the biome. So we're learning about how matter and energy affect the way an ecosystem works. We've got this biome that was doing pretty good for a minute, and then it just sort of collapsed. And so our job is to figure out what happened. This was 5 years ago. We have these econauts. They constructed a biodome similar to Biosphere 2, but it failed. And we're trying to figure out why it failed. So a couple things really important. They constructed a biodome. It's an ecosystem inside a glass dome larger than a football field. So imagine, and it looks like it, but you know the desert dome at the zoo? It's like that, except it was completely closed off. Nobody could go in and out. It just was closed off. It was sealed off. The ecosystem was filled with plants and animals and a volunteer group of 8 humans. For the first few years, the plants and the animals inside the biodome seemed healthy and normal. In the last few years, however, the econauts began to notice some problems. Animals were getting sick and failing to reproduce. Plants weren't growing as big or producing as much fruit as they once did. The econauts realized that something had gone wrong. Although the organisms were safely removed from the biodome, the cause of these problems is still a mystery. And so we're trying to figure out what happened so that if anybody ever wanted to try this again, they could. Our chapter 1 question is, why didn't the plants and animals in the biodome have enough energy storage molecules? And this is in conjunction with the unit question, how do all the organisms in an ecosystem get the resources that they need to release energy? We talked about energy storage molecules again. And then we've got this was the PDF that you downloaded to your matter and energy and ecosystems folder. we've got this chapter 1 question, and then I've got like these, it's a booklet, I guess. There are 5 different files that are talking about different things that are going on in this biosphere. Very quickly in class, I just assigned kids to read one of the 5 things and gave them just about, I don't know, 10 minutes to do so, and then we came back. Okay? We shared some information, some initial claims about it. Kids were noticing things like they they didn't, each of the econauts had or econauts, whatever, had a job to do. None of them were professionals. There wasn't a single ecologist on their team. So somebody that knows how ecosystems work, that person wasn't there. And just some things that happen. And I'm not going to tell you. I want you to read through that packet and just kind of get an idea of some of the kind of strange things that happened. So we talked about what an ecosystem is. We talked about the biotic and abiotic matter in an ecosystem. So make sure that you are going through your vocab words and you remember these words that we talked about. And then we talked about the simulation. Now, our investigation question is, where do the energy storage molecules in an ecosystem come from? We know that energy storage molecules are important. We know that they have to be there, but where do they come from? So we're going to use this matter and energy in ecosystems sim. It's kind of a cool one. Some of the kids were having some problems downloading it, so you have to let me know, please, if you can't get it to download. So this is a model of an ecosystem similar to the models that professional ecologists use. I gave the kids a little bit of time to look at it. You go ahead and look at it yourself, kind of just mess around, see what you can see. The most important thing I think I should just let you know is there's the play button up there. We're talking about, we've got producers, consumers, then we've got secondary consumers and decomposers. And if you have a hard time remembering what those things are, if you look at the picture around it, it shows you. So producers are plants. Consumers would be things that eat the plants. Secondary consumers would be the things that eat these guys or plants. And then you've got the mushrooms, and the mushrooms eat dead and decaying material. Okay. So we talked about, where did we see the terms biotic matter and abiotic matter? It's right here. So here's the biotic matter. So this is dead matter, things that are dying and were buried. Lots of bacteria, things that are like dead leaves or things that are kind of starting to decay. And then, of course, all of these producers and consumers and decomposers. And then we saw abiotic material up here at the top. And so this just kind of represents the atmospheric gases. And so then I had the kids do activity 3, screen number 2. And that's if you go in and you just hit the play button, make some observations. Do you see energy storage molecules in producers, consumers, decomposers, dead matter, abiotic material? You're just going to write in yes or no here. And then look to see if energy storage molecules are flowing in or are they flowing out? And so really you're just making some observations, writing down yes or no. So hopefully you guys can get that done. Let me know if you have any questions, and then I can help you with this when you come back into class, or this is just very important that you get it done so that we have some things to talk about on Wednesday and you're ready to go with that. Okay? Talk to you later.